China decline. China is on the decline because of 6 reasons. The latest news, Dr. Keck Center for International and Strategic Studies at Claremont McKenna College. The latest news, October 29, 2012. The latest news from Beijing is indicative of China's weakness. A persistent slowdown of economic growth, a glut of unsold goods, rising bad bank loans, bursting real estate bubble, and a vicious power struggle at the top, coupled with unending political scandals. Many factors that have powered China's rise, such as the demographic dividend, disregard for the environment, super cheap labor, and virtually unlimited access to external markets, are either receding or disappearing. China's rise is not inevitable. Economic growth will slow, negative demographic trends, no zero-sum relations, and counterbalancing. Gordon, head of research at Eurasia Group 11. While China is unlikely to implode, it is even less likely to keep up its rate of economic growth, especially given the very negative demographic trends that begin to kick in later this decade as a result of the one-child policy. The Asian Development Bank thinks that China's growth rate in the next 20 years will be only a little more than half of what they were in the last 30. Chinese policymakers, deeply worried about the future, would surely be amused by Rachman's assertion that size and economic momentum will keep the Chinese juggernaut rolling forward. At the same time, other Asian countries like India, Indonesia, and Vietnam look to their relations with the United States as a balance and a hedge against Chinese domination in the Pacific. They are, moreover, more likely than China to sustain high growth rates. This hardly suggests a zero-sum outcome for the U.S. influence. China's rise is not inevitable. Demographics, environment, overcapacity, and political instability. Dr. Keck Center for International and Strategic Studies at Claremont McKenna College, 09. Given Asia's relatively low per capita income, its growth rate will indeed outpace the West for a more foreseeable future. But the region faces enormous demographic hurdles in the decades ahead. More than 20% of Asians will be elderly by 2050. Aging is the principal cause of Japan's stagnation. China's elderly population will soar in the middle of the next decade. Its savings rate will fall, while healthcare and pension costs explode. India is a lone exception to these trends, any one of which could help stall the region's growth. Environmental and natural resource constraints could also prove crippling. Population is worsening Asia's shortage of fresh air, while pollution extracts a terrible toll on health. It kills almost 400,000 people each year in China alone. Without revolutionary